حاجة مرة ثانية دنقنرونبا نكمل نقول بسم الله.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
الحين اكتشفنا انه غير مكان مسرح الجريمة، ف قضية بدأت تتغير بقوة.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
أنا أدري.
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
صح.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
صح، عنده أسئلة كثيرة كويسة.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
لا تكتخ واحد من المدخل.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
يلا شلون؟ ابدعنا يا هيرو.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it!
شلون؟
She
تكفى.
must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer after all.
لا ما أتوقع.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
صح.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
صح، بس احنا اللي لقيناه الكتاب الاي هاندبوك حق ليون كان خربان.
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used the thing.
Huh?
I'm talking about
Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
لانه كان منكسر، كان خربان، فشلون تستخدمه خربان؟
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
ايه.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
صح.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So
أنا يا أخي واحد خربان.
she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring. So
Aha.
if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook, maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
لا.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
لا تستعجلون.
Hold on a second.
I
agree with you.
أخيرا بتتكلمين.
I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
شلون؟
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
ولا ناخذ بريك.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
على طول بهالسرعة ذي.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
لا ما عليك راح تستانس.
I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
يلا. الحين رايحين. The trial had been held. Took us was. رجعنا مسرح الجريمة.
The girls' locker room?
They've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
طيب.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
ساتر.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
غريبة توقعتك تقول انت ايه.
Probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
انا شكلك خايف انت.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
الحين الحالة الآن تسمح أي شيء.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
طيب.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
اسكتي.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
طيب قامت تلمس
Be sure
جثته.
to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but what? This is... What is this?
أوه شو؟
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
وشو؟
This girl is
what?
a boy.
البنت طلعت ولد. شراب.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
بسرعة هذه ردة فعلك.
What?
يب هذه ردة فعل مطلوبة.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
ما صحيح.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't
Uh-huh.
know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had.
يبدو انه ولد قالت كهريتي اللي ذبحته.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
طيب. يا أخي طلعت هذه كلها تراب.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
يا ساتر رجل الحين يقدر يدخل الحين الغرفة إذا بغى.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
طيب هل إي هاندبوك
Assuming his
حقه؟
handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
يب.
So then, there
من
should be
أقدر
no
نهج عنه.
issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to
صح.
get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
من الذكي
I still
الحين.
don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation.
So
وقتك.
now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
لا.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
تخلوا
What
بالحالة.
about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But
لا ما اتوقع انه هو اللي
He
ذبحنا.
might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
صح. معناته هو
And you
بريء.
think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too...
واضحة.
put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Yep.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy,
ما كان
if you
يدري.
really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine.
صح.
I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct.
كان قاعد يصحح لنا ورق.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
بقوة.
No, I am not effing with you right now.
effing.
I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
كيفك؟
Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now.
وقتها
Uncovering
الحين.
the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
بس انه لا طلع بريء.
I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
اختار. تبي نخلص بسرعة ونموت ولا تبي نطول؟
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
حتى لو من عنده وضع عقل.
Anyway,
يعني
let's
سؤالك
discuss
غبي
this
يا
all as a
هيرو.
group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
طيب مكان بياكويا جميل القاتل. We obtain access to the murder, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
حلو جل. إذا كان ولد فمين؟ يرجع له هذا كله على بياكويا.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
إلا في أحد ناظره.
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
عرفت مين سلس.
That might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
لا في
It's not
ثاني.
like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
No! Not game over!
يب كان سلس الوحيد اللي شافتنا.
Isn't there
اللي شافت
well,
شهيرو.
nobody can... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at Yeah. All we need
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
غلط.
No, that's wrong.
غلط في أحد شافه. يعجبني السلس ما تطلع هي تقوله.
The victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about
Eh.
this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
كانت مع الشنطة.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
وشو؟ صح هذا بقى kind of hurry. اي صح انت قاعد تنتظر احد.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
صح.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
الحين عرفنا ليه.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
وشو؟
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
طيب.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
صح.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy
طيب.
for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
تكفين السلاس نحتاج
The bag
فزعتك.
was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All
طيب.
the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
شلون؟
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
حلو. يعني خلينا نشوف شلون البدلة الحين إذا كان لها أي علاقة.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
هيك راح
He was
الغرفة.
on his way to
للتدريب
go
عفوا.
exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because
ليه؟
it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Kid.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
عرفتوا اللي توش قال
This
لاحظتوا؟
exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out
Hey.
who the culprit is?
No way.
Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
إيه
What he just said without even realizing it?
صح. وش قال اللي ما
First of all,
الغريب؟
he was on his way. So next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one.
So, what? The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
وشلون عرف انه زرقاء؟
No, that's wrong.
صدق شلون عرف انه زرقاء؟ سلس ما قالت شيء.
What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
كانت اسام دفل باج تراك ستافنج تراك جاكيت into a duffel bag بس.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Yep.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just.
اتذكر.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we
Yep.
began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how
شلون
do you know
عرفت؟
what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
But because I just...
يلا وش دليلك؟
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
طيب شلون شافه ولا علمنا؟
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So,
Hey.
how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked
صح.
past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
لا
No, that can't be it either.
انه حطه
According to
بالشنطة.
Celeste's testimony,
كانت تحط كل الشنطة
when
بسرعة
Celeste
ومشى.
noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
النكاب
Here you've dug your own grave.
قوة.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
قوة كانت كذبة واحدة
Your
قوية.
true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
رهيبة.
Right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
لأنه في الطريقة اللي تكلم عنه. لو تلاحظ هي الحين تشرح لك يا كيوكو خلها هي أحسن مني.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
صح. يا تخيل يوم كلمنا قال دود has a real complex. كان يتكلم عن شهيرو.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
صح. النكاب.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
الحين بيبدي يقول لا.
I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
لأنك ذبحت أحد.
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
اعترفت.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
أخيرا وش الدليل؟
Little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
قله.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
أي شيء تافه ممكن يساعد.
If you really insist. Here it is.
وشو؟
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
وين لقيته؟ belong to تشهيرو. لحظة. يمكن حق موندا؟ لا. غلطت. تشهيرو.
I got it. We know Chihiro's handbook was missing
صح
from the scene
نسيتها
of the
هذه.
crime, right?
نسيتها أنا غلطان.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd.
طيب شلون
I don't
كسره؟
think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
طيب شلون خرب
This
هذا؟
one does appear to be broken.
اثنين.
As is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall for all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
By exploiting the bug, by hitting its weak point, by hacking it. By hacking its weak
I
point.
got it!
نقطة ضعفه.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Eh.
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can
في أحد
only
يعرف.
assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
إيه
I
تكفى.
think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Very not
Just
good.
tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Hey.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
Pushy.
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
يعني من حرارة بس.
Flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
أوه. ما في إلا اثنين بس يعرفون.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
إيه.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried.
طيب.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
مو بوقته. مو بوقته.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if
مو
you
بوقته
found the
اسحب عليه
victim's
كل شيء.
handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
لا.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They realized
عرفنا
it was
مين.
broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
عرفنا مين.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
عرفه. كان إما إنه موندا أو إما إنه هذا تاكا بس إنه مو بتاكا. موندا.
Here's my answer. Mondo.
ماندو
Your
عفوا.
handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
إيه.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
كان بقول إيه هاند
Little
بوك.
did he realized he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
النكاب.
Wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I believe it either but I found something without shadow of doubt. Shadow of doubt. Broken e-handbook, choose e-handbook card reader.
Let's
لحظة شوي.
test Makoto's.
دقيقة. أعطيني ثواني يا كيوك الله يخليك إن شاء الله هلك. Broken e-handbook. And the main hall broken which is apparently a cannon. يب عرفنا هذا مين.
Assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
أكيد.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
أكيد ضربني بوكس ترى خبرة شابتر 1.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
أكيد.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
يعني لو حقك.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
صح.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
لا.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student.
صح.
But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of
صح.
a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
صح.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
انقفض.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
Bro.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
لا.
Then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear. And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
يلا close an argument. أحب هذا الجزء. حلو. أول شيء كان تشهيرو ضبط الشنطة قبل سلس. حلو. لما تسعت على الشنطة. أكت 2. دقيقة. نحط هذه هنا لأنه قبل ما يفتح الباب شو سوى؟ كان يحتل القاتل ثم من بعده كان يتمرن ثم قام وكبوم على راسه. طار الدمان طاح البوستر حلو. شال السجادة معه. لا أصل شال السجادة والبوستر ايه ثم هذا شوي. بس اسحب على هالجزء هذا بعدين يجي. راح لغرفة البنات. حط الجثة. جانا بياكي على السل. الحبل. وكتب بلاد لاست. ثم راح لمس الساونا. لا جد عليه هاند بوك. طيب باقي شيء واحد بس هي هذه. طيب راح افتكر من شيء. طيب خفت بنات حطاه. لحظة هنقولكم الحين. دقيقة. ما اتوقع ان هذه، لان هذه ما في احد هنا يفتح باب ولا شيء. اقرب شيء هذه والله صراحة، هي الوحيدة اللي عندي. نشوف احنا غلطانين ولا لا.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
حلو الى الان صح.
Something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
يعني وصلك كان ولد طول الوقت.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
بوم على
and
راسه.
attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
كانت سريع.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
غلط. حسيت. والدمبل. اكيد انه الدمبل. بس شوي نحط هذه. بكور اصبروا علي لحظة وخطأ. هيرز اكزاكتلي. مرة ثانية. معقول بدنا نتعقد نحمل القضية الثانية. هذه هالمرة ذي صح يا شباب، عطوني فترة. هذا جديد. من الذين الموسيقى سكت توم 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 واخلص علينا. اظني حطيت هذه. اوه تكس. اصبر. الأولى كانت صح، الأولى سلام، الأولى ممتازة. عليه هاندبوك. Here's exactly what happened. لا تقولي غلط. يعني هذينا مرة ما بقى شيء. اصبر. صدق والله ما بقى شيء. كني غلطان بواحد من قدام. اصبر. طيب يستخدم اي هاندبوك ودخل غرفة البنات. هذا الصح. بعد ما قلع هذه واخذ الجثة. يعني والله قلبها ما في واحدة ثانية. شكلي عرفت. كذا يس.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
اللي تو صدق ضيعتني انا.
The girls' handbook was necessary to get into the locker room of course.
يعني تتوقع انه بيقول ترينج يسوي سكان عالية ثم يقول لك ترين دخل غرفة بنات.
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
إذا جبت الاسم هذا أنا كله. بياكويا. يقول ذا كذا the end of things but no بياكويا كان لازم يدخل يغير علينا الوضع.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
الله يبارك فيه.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
لأنه كان قاعد بالساونا.
The reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
صح لا يا موندا.
Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
توم كفطناك.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof.
عندي أدلة.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
يا الله لا جتنا هي الارجيومنت ايش يسمونها هذيك. The moment of truth.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refuse.
عقب وانا اخوك اسمع. هذه ماندو هو برو حقك بس عندنا أدلة كثير ضده.
I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
صوت ولا بتموت؟
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
مشكلتك.
Show me some evidence.
Broken handbook.
This should prove it.
كفطناك. لا أنت بريء قصدك كفطنوه.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Yep.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
اعترف.
Yeah.
اعترف خلاص يعطيك العافية ماندو اختصرت علينا السالفة كلها بس ادق من زمان.
I did it. I killed him.
اعترف. الشغلة الأخيرة A. الحمد لله A. يعني أخذنا A كلها. ممتاز.
Bro, what are you saying?
أقول لك إني أنا ذبحته.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
خلص علينا.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on.
لا.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the blackened this time around?
اختارون غلط.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
ما في الا واحد بس. مبروك يا موندو صفقوا له. يلا راح مقطع شباب، يعطيكم الف عافيه، وراح نشوف ايش سبب موندو انه ذبح تشهيرو. كان معكم اخوكم عبد السلام، ومع السلامه.